Love music, live sport with Bill Kilgour on Rock Sport Radio.
It's Friday night, it's 8 o'clock, and it's time for Just the Juniors here on Rock Sport Radio, where we dedicate a full hour to Just the Juniors. And I'm Bill Kilgour, as you know, and he would be joining Redmond, but unfortunately he's on holiday this week, so he's enjoying himself in the sun. But never mind, as always, we've got lots to get through, and to get us through that, we've got two guests in the studio, not one, but two guests in the studio. And let's go with the first one. The guys don't do an introduction because both of you guys have been on the show before, haven't you? Yep, see, there you go. But up first then is the Gut Care manager, Jamie McKenzie. Jamie, thanks very much for coming in tonight. Mm-hmm. It's good to see you again, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, no bother. The last time you and I were in the studio together, you were the manager of the Forth Wanderers. Why did you make the jump to Gut Care? You're asking yourself that question,
I'm still waiting for the right answer for it.
Yeah. Anyway, Jamie, you're really you must have inherited a good squad because you're sitting at the top of the table. You've played 9, won 7, drawn 2, lost none. Or was it a case of you bringing in some quality players to top up what you had there?
Aye, well, what we done first and foremost, we assessed what we had, and the nucleus that we had was very good, and we had a wee look and we identified the areas where we needed a wee bit more quality, and we've done that as best we could. So touch wood, at the moment everything's going well, so long may it continue.
Aye. Oh dear me, excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold, guys. So let's talk about your game tomorrow before we go into the Scottish Cup game. It's a top of the table clash. They'll be jumping at their skin because they get beat last week in the Scottish. And your guys will be confident. How do you see the game going, Jamie?
I'm not sure. I think we had them watched last week, and by all accounts are a very dangerous side. But I think, as I've done most of the games this season, we're trying to make it about us, and we've got players who can go and win games. And tomorrow will be no different. I think if we defend properly, and we'll certainly go and cause them problems. So we'll be looking to be on the front foot.
It's right then. Let's talk about your Scottish Cup tie. Your game, before we get to the game, it was changed. You went down to Kilburnie. Why was that? Can you let the fans know what that was for?
I think because obviously our changing situations with the next year pitch, it was a bit far away, and the league then decided that it wasn't fit to play Scottish Cup game, which was disappointing for us. So I think the committee were then faced with a decision of trying to find an alternative venue, which they did, and had a few looks, and then they came back to me and said how would I feel about playing at Kilburnie. And I took my fourth team down there a few years back, and I knew it was a great set-up and a fantastic pitch, and I thought that would suit us. So I didn't see any problems with us going there, and thankfully it worked out right, and we got a great result.
But surely with the association saying that it was deemed good enough for a league game, why was it no good enough for the Scottish Cup tie? I can't get my head around about that.
No, I don't know, and I don't know if the committee actually know, but I think the decision was made, and for whatever reason, I don't know if they expected Kilburnie to bring maybe a huge crowd, and it would have been hard to police or whatever. Yep, but no, listen, it's worked in our favour because we went there on as I said, a fantastic pitch, and
that's what I'm coming to next. Then you went down there, obviously full of confidence because you're riding high in the cup and the league. So you must be saying to yourself, we're in with a wee chance here, and it turned out to be because you won 3-2.
Yeah, but we knew it was going to be difficult. They're a good side. They've got some very, very good players. But again, I'll go back to my own squad, and we've got some talented boys as well who are really doing well at the minute and feeling good about themselves. So we're going to have a go at teams, and we'll always score goals. And thankfully, last week we defended really well as well, which was important. And our young goalkeeper had one or two great saves that ended up getting us over the line. So it was a massive result for the club.
Billy McGee will be desperate, disappointed with that. Did you speak to him after the game?
Yeah, just briefly. I think obviously, as you say, he was disappointed, but I think he was very good with me and said, he felt it was a good game, and we probably edged it. So that was nice of him to say that. For us going away down there and being such a relatively new junior club. But no, he would have been, I think the overriding emotion for him was disappointment. So fair play to him that he had the time to pat us in the back as well. Before
we finish with you, Jamie, your club's got a charity that you were talking to me about. What's involved with that?
Well, the club are very much a community club, and try to get out there and be in the community and try and attract people to watch us. But something they've brought into this year is the St Andrew's Hospice, which is quite close to what they're trying to do, and the club are donating 20% of all our gate money, and we're also doing one or two other things to try and get some money across there for a much needed cause.
Yeah, if you sponsor a player, you get the jersey, don't you?
Yeah, I think if you can pay an extra £30, you get to keep the jersey, and the £30 goes towards the hospice, which is great as well.
Right. Are you still enjoying it?
I don't know if enjoyment's the word, but I'm still there.
Still there. Thanks for that just now, Jamie. Our other guest is manager of Cumnock, none other than Peter Leonard. Good evening, Peter. Thanks very much for coming in.
Good evening, Bill. Thanks for having us again.
Well, you've started good as well. You're sitting fourth in the league, Peter. Played 9, won 5, drawn 1, lost 3. So you must be quite happy with that so far.
No, I'm not.
Oh, no!
With obviously 3 defeats in that short space of time.
But that's when you were on holiday.
Well, I was going to come to that, Bill. Never has a holiday been reported. There was a wonder the burglars hadn't been in when I was away, because every year was away. There was nothing worse, I think, than sitting on the beach in Florida and then coming back in to find out that you've been beaten 4-2 by Glenafton or 6-2 by Hurlford at the time.
Yeah.
My assistant manager, Chris Flanagan, he's not got much hair left. He didn't have much to start with, right enough. But he was actually saying to one of my other assistants who reported it when I came home, he's going, "We're going to get the sack, we're going to get the sack." But it's the stresses and strains of managing any junior club. We all go through the same, but certainly the higher echelons, yes, there's great expectations. But 3 defeats, we've come back well. I think, I had this conversation with you earlier, I definitely think that Dan got a head start. He got his squad together really earlier in the season. There was such a short gap between the end of last season and the beginning of this. And he hit the ground running. I mean, I've made 4 signings. In fact, there's another one probably tomorrow morning in the last 2 or 3 weeks to try and strengthen the squad. So now I'm happy with what we've got, and I think there's a few guys that are in that kind of situation as well.
That's what I've just got down here. You've made some few signings. Has that been the difference for you coming back to going to that we were running winning streak?
Oh, without doubt, because when you bring in players of the quality, for example, of Dan Carmichael, who was playing in the Queen of South first team last year, what it does is it lifts not only the tempo of your game, it lifts the tempo in training. And it's old school football. If you bring enough quality bodies in, other players start looking over their shoulders, and therefore you're going to get better performances. Yeah,
if you come in and play in my position, I want to make sure you don't get that, so that raises their game, doesn't it?
That's never changed.
Yep. OK, then let's talk about your Scottish Cup tie that never really took place. Yeah. It was a walkover for you, but it says because Cooper Angus couldn't field a team. Was that right?
Yeah, I was notified. Cooper Angus had contacted the SGFA, Tom Johnson, and it was reported I got it 1:15 on Friday that apparently they only had 9 players, so therefore had to postpone the tie.
But see, I find that strange, and I'll tell you why. Because we report on here, usually John does it, reports on it, the players coming and going, who they're signing for, who they're not signing for. And for the last 3 weeks prior to this week, right, or to last week there, they had signed 9 players. Plus the players that was already there. They had a squad of 20.
Correct.
So how come that they had no players?
Well, I think if you look back at the results that they've been having, I mean, they were getting hammered on a regular basis, sadly. Aye. So coming out, they've got the trip down to us as well. The one thing, we might not be defending that well just now, but we're certainly scoring a lot of goals. But this is again a reflection when we're talking about the standards in junior football. That we had earlier this season the episode with the Kello game being replayed on the Monday, and then obviously this as well. It doesn't reflect well in
the junior game. No, it certainly doesn't. No. OK, then let's talk about your game tomorrow, Peter. Oh dear me, you're away to Rob Roy.
Yep.
That's a tough game for you.
Definitely.
How do you see it going?
Well, Stuart's, he's been suffering like I've been suffering. He's been trying to get his squad together, and he's been suffering from more injuries, I think, to the squad than
I believe he played, got 2 or 3 games, and his assistant manager played as well, am I right? Yeah.
So, we're all in the same boat as far as it goes. We've not got a good record up at Rob Roy. We were up there last season, dominated the early parts of the game and ended up losing the game 4-2. In fact, I think before I'd arrived at Cumnock, they actually beat us 1-0 down at Townhead earlier in the season. So it's never easy up there. They're a very hard team to put away. They're very stuffy, they're very resilient as well, and they've got some excellent players. in their team into the
Do you
match.
think they winning 9-1 last week will give them confidence coming to you, coming to visit them?
Scoring that number of goals is always going to give you confidence, but we're very confident as well. As I say, with the new signings we've got, I think tomorrow, obviously, we're going to have both Carmichael and Burns in the team since the Irvine Meda game, because it's been either one or the other, and they certainly link up well in the game. So we're confident. If we're wanting to achieve our goals for this season, then certainly we want to be very competitive when we go to away games such as Kirkintilloch up at the Cumbernauld Juniors Park.
Are you enjoying life at Cumnock, Peter, or is it stressful?
I mean, Jamie will probably say the same as me. I don't think people understand how stressful this job is, no matter what club you're in.
It's 24/7, let's be honest, guys.
It really is. And maybe the slight difference I've got from Jamie is the expectations of the Cumnock fans as against the Gartcairn fans. But when you're in the Premier Division with these other sides, yes, Cumnock is a big name, the expectation is there. We have actually laid out a plan whereby we're hoping to get there, but it will be a gradual process. You can't turn it around in a very quick fashion. So we're looking to make progress this year to get to the top end of that, maybe a decent cup run or a couple of decent cup runs into the bargain, and take it from there.
Good. Thanks very much for that just now, guys. We're going to move on now, and we're going to have a look at a wee update on the Golden Boot Awards. I don't know if you know, Peter, but we're doing a Golden Boot where for just the juniors between the East and the West. Cal can do them all together, and the one that wins it gets a Golden Boot presented on air. The guy come into the studio and we'll do it live for him, whoever it is. But so far, sitting at the top of the top spot with 21 goals is Adam Forsyth at Whitlets Vicks. In second place, we've got Gary Rutherglen. He's got 18 goals. In third place, we've got Danny Burns' shots with 17. In fourth place, we've got one player with 15 goals. That's John McStafey, Lismahago. And in fifth place, we've got two contenders with 14 goals. That's Thomas Kilmartin, Gartcairn, and Jordan Ryan of Anne Bank. If you know any of the players, I know you do because it's Gartcairn. In sixth place, we've got 4 players and 13 goals. We've got a guy for Forsyth, and it's Salam Kula Ase.
Yeah.
And Stephen Larkin, Forth Wanderers, and Tam Hampson of Rosyth. And in seventh place, we've got 3 players with 12 goals. That's John Gemmell of Cambuslang, Kevin Struthers of Largs, Hugh Kerr of Lanark. In eighth place, we've got 1 player on 11 goals. That's Nicky Little of Clydebank. Ninth place on 10 goals, 5 players. We've got David Adams of Drossen, Liam Caddis of Hurlford, Gary Oxworth of Blair Gowrie, Neil Sturrock of Dundee North End, and Sheen Tucker of Dundee Violet. And finally, in 10th place, we've got 7 players on 9 goals, and we've got Tommy Maitland, Kilwinning, Jamie McLennan of Petershill, Hamish McKinley of Irvine Vicks, Thomas Gauchie of Maryhill, Ryan Officer of Johnsonborough, I can't spell it, Bimbo of Selcoats, I don't know how you pronounce his name, and Michael Fotherham are both Vicks. So these guys are all in the top 10, and they're just 1 or 2 outside that, coming through. So hopefully by the end of the season there'll be a big push to see how they go on. But it's all worthwhile. I hope everybody enjoys the Golden Boot. I know you guys will hate it because your strikers will not be wanting to pass a ball. They'll be wanting to score a goal, but let's hope that doesn't happen. Right, let's look at the second round of the Macron Scottish Cup, guys. We'll start off with Anne Bank 5, Ardeer Thistle 0. That's an Ayrshire derby, Peter.
Yep. Anne Bank, a very young team that they've got in there. Really excellent result for them. I think the Ardeer management have changed as well, so there are changes afoot. But Anne Bank have had some really surprising results early in the season, so going very well under their new manager. Yeah,
that's right. Arbroath Vicks 0, Largs Thistle 9. Good result, Jamie, for Largs away from home.
Yeah, I think Largs are obviously a very strong side, and I don't know too much about Arbroath, but for Largs to go up and score 9 goals it'll be a good victory for them.
Atherley 3, Forres 0, Peter. Big Sink will be happy with that result.
I'll be delighted with that. Atherley have come a long way since the end of last season, so he's making great progress up there. Yeah. Again, it's very difficult to rate the East of Scotland sides from up north, but good result.
Right, Jamie, Ashfield 1, Bankery 0. Another good result for the home side.
Yeah, I think Ashfield have started really well this season. I think obviously they changed the manager and with Doc taking up a job with the SFA. And, as I say, the league form, I think they've only lost 1 game.
Sitting top of the league.
Yeah, and they've taken that into the Scottish Cup, so they'll be delighted with it.
Auchinleck, Talbot 4, Peter 4 for West End 2. You know, they keep getting results at Talbot in this competition, don't they?
They do. The surprise is 2 goals against them, because they're really it's very difficult to get any goals against Talbot. You see the number of goals they've lost in the league. I think they've lost 3 in 6 games.
Yeah.
But no, Tommy knows what he's doing there. He maybe have changed it around a bit, rested a couple, but no, they're into the next round.
Here's a good one for you. Bathgate 1, Craigmark 2. Jamie, we spoke about that in off air earlier on, and that's a good result for Craigmark, considering where Bathgate's quality is.
Yeah, I think that was one of the ones we highlighted as being a shock, and for Craigmark to go up to Bathgate, especially up there, and turn them over is a fantastic achievement for them, so they'll be delighted with that.
Belsill 4, Burhead 0, Peter. I know that Rabs Nedden Jr. in there, that's Rabs Laddie's in there, and he's doing a really good job, considering they've moved up a league and they taking on a team like that at home, especially when they're struggling for numbers at the minute. I know he's got 4 or 5 players injured,
but to be expected, you'd expect them to beat.
You expect that. Here's one for me what I'm quite shocked at, to be honest.
Same agree with you.
Bember 0, Broughty 4, Jamie.
Yeah, that was one that caught my attention last week when I looked at the results. I thought it'd be a difficult game. Broughty have got some good players. I think Jamie McCunney's he's got a good squad, but Benburb are obviously a good side as well. So the margin of that victory was a surprise to me.
Yeah, Blantyre 2, Villa Clyde 2. We had Mark Mackay in last weekend on the show, and he was just hoping that he could maybe get a good account of himself. But at all accounts, he was 2-0 up, Peter, with 15 minutes to go, and it ended up 2 each.
2 each, yeah.
Do you think he's missed his opportunity?
Possibly, yep. I saw Blantyre at the end of last season, and they're not a bad outfit at all. Some really good players on their side, so it'll be a difficult replay.
Disappointing result for Ardrossan. This is what I'm telling you about, Jamie. The Bridge of Dawn 2, Ardrossan 1.
Yeah, hopefully they're not down up tomorrow, and it really affects them, and we can reap the rewards of that. But no, they'll be disappointed at beginning of the cup. But on the other hand, they're obviously flying high in the league, and they'll see us going down there tomorrow as a real chance to bounce back. So we hopefully we'll be at our best and stop that happening.
Do you think they'll have bus lag by the time they get back?
I hope they've got sun, as long as we can get out of there by Cambuslang 5, Fraserburgh 0. Peter, Cambuslang are in your league. Have you played them yet?
Yeah, we lost 1-0 to them a couple of weeks ago up there. It was a really tight game. Thought we had the better the first half, and then of course we switched off, let Gemmell get a chance, and the big fella doesn't miss many. So no, I was if they keep getting home draws, they're going to be very difficult to beat.
Yeah, I would think so. Carnoustie 3, Longside 0. The new manager at Carnoustie is Phil Maguire. Do you know Phil? Any use? No,
I've played against Phil a couple of times. I don't know him personally, but
you'll be delighted with that result, considering it was his first game in charge.
Yeah.
Jamie?
Yeah, I think any manager going into a job to get a victory, such a resounding victory as well, he'll be delighted with that, and it gives him a wee bit more time to go on the training pitch with his players before his next game as well.
Yep. Clydebank 4, Peter, Armadale 0. Now the Dale held Clydebank for an hour before they actually managed to score, and then obviously I think it collapsed a wee bit at the end after that. But a good result for Clydebank.
Very impressed with Clydebank when we played them the other week there. We were 2-0 down after about 15 minutes. Changed the shape, managed to get back into it. They're a very youthful team. Probably did go against them later on, but guys like, Nicky Little's on fire just now. He's scoring some, and he's a tremendous football player. Surprised Paul let him go, but Clydebank will be a force to be reckoned with this season.
Cumbernauld United 1, Glenarthen 2. Hard fought game, but the Glens come out on top, Jamie.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, Andy Frame at Cumbernauld, and I think they from what I've heard about the game, they feel very unlucky, and I think they lost a really late goal to lose the game as well. So I think they felt they had done enough to at least get a draw, but as I say, the late goal was a real sucker punch for them.
Well, the next one is Cumnock, but we know about Cumnock.
No, we don't know. What we don't know is that Scott Anson's claiming that goal.
I'll need my that in his tally then if he's claiming it. That's a good one, yeah. Downfield 7, Peter, Larkhall 1. Larkhall in the end of some doings this season. It was expected to maybe get beat again at that result. What do you think?
It's just, if you're having a bad time and your confidence is low, it's very difficult to dig it out. Going back to what you said earlier on, that big result that Kirkintilloch Philip had last week. A big result is going to give you a lift. You just need to get a result. That's all.
That's it. Yeah, that's all you need to do. Dundee Violet 4, Maryhill 2, Jamie. Maryhill were on a wee run there, but I think that's it. The bubbles burst again.
Yeah, I don't think it's never easy to travel to these places, and I've experienced it myself. Dundee Violet, I took my fourth side there a couple of years back, and it's a real hard place to go to, and I don't think it's a surprise that they won, but as you say, Maryhill probably have expected to do a bit better
than they did. Yeah. Dundee East End 2, Peter Lochgelly Albert 1. 3 Dundee teams there in a row, just won that one again. East End maybe just pipping it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know too much about up the East Coast way of them at all, but we tend to do research on them when we draw them in the Scottish Cup.
Yeah,
that's all.
Aye. Yeah. OK then, East Kilbride 1, Jamie, Montrose 0. Great result for East Kilbride.
Yeah, we played East Kilbride a couple of weeks ago and I was really impressed with them. I think we ended up winning 3-1, but I think East Kilbride are a very decent side, so again, I think everybody for our kind of league will be delighted to just be in the hat, so they'll be happy enough with that.
My very first Scottish Cup tie in the juniors was against Ellen. Ellen 3, Forth Wanderers 0. Your old team, Jamie. But Peter, Forth will be disappointing going up there because Ellen's not doing too well in the own league at the moment, I can tell you that. Yeah,
no, they would be disappointed with that because they're sitting about middle of the division so far, so yeah, you would be expecting to get something out of that game.
We know about Gartcairn, we'll move on for that one then. We've got Girvan 3, Coulter 0. Jamie.
Well, can I say that one? I've got a smell on my face.
Well, you take it then, Pierre.
Yeah, I mean, Girvan have had a tough time, of course they lost a few players and what happened last season, the end of last season.
Aye.
So I was absolutely delighted when I heard that the result come through, because Coulter, if I'm correct, were quite a force in recent years. But Ian's went in there along with Mick, and the two of them have actually brought in a lot of players and strengthened them. So
is it something like 10 players or something, 11 players have brought in the last couple of months?
They worked so hard in the first couple of weeks in charge of it to get all the boys in. I got a couple of boys out on loan to them as well, just to help them out regarding that and give our boys some game time. But delighted, so hopefully they can get a bit of momentum. It's a big game we're coming on to later on tomorrow for them, so but that's an excellent result. OK, Glasgow Pershore 1, St Roch 6. Jamie, a local derby there, and St Roch's come out, well, comfortable winners in the end.
Yeah, I think the scoreline suggests it was comfortable, but for a personal perspective, Pershore's probably been our two toughest games. They're the only team to beat us so far. Right. The real physical presence, and for me they've got 2 or 3 players who are really decent players, but they seem to be a kind of hit or a miss at the moment, and unfortunately for us, the twice they've been on their game, they've caused us real problems. But I think they'll be really disappointed with that. But on the other hand, St Roch will be delighted to go over that, as you say, local derby.
Well, we'll be straight back after this short break.
The Trossachs is probably one of Scotland's best-known tourist areas, attracting people from all over the world. The Aberfoyle Inn is small and friendly and perfectly placed as a gateway to the Trossachs. Our 10 newly refurbished rooms offer comfort at great prices. Kick back and enjoy great food and warm hospitality in our bistro, or enjoy a drink, choosing from a wide selection of beers, wines and spirits. Whether soaking up the scenery or just relaxing, call us on 01877 382 573 or book online at aberfoylinn.com.
A great social event starts with great entertainment, and City Sound Entertainments are suppliers of mobile discos, DJs, race nights and fun quizzes. We also hire sound and light rigs. In fact, whatever your entertainment needs, City Sound Entertainments are there to ensure your event or function is a time to remember. Working to your requirements, City Sound Entertainments make sure things go exactly as you planned. Give City Sound Entertainments a call now on 0141 347 1960 and check out the website citysoundentertainments.co.uk.
Seventh Heaven is Glasgow's premier lap dancing club for premier entertainment in premier surroundings, and especially for you. Quote, I'm on the Rock Sport Radio guest list for free entry. Seventh Heaven, open 7 days from 9 p.m. until 3 a.m. Find us at 15 Elm Bank Gardens in Glasgow. See more at seventhheavenglasgow.co.uk.
Love music, live sport with Bill Kilgour on Rock Sport Radio.
Welcome back to Just the Juniors with me, Bill Kilgour, and we're chatting to the Cumnock manager, Peter Leonard, and the Gartcairn manager, Jamie McKenzie, and we're right in the middle of last week's Scottish Cup, Scottish Junior Cup second round fixtures. Glenrothes, Peter, we'll go with you.
Yep.
3, Brechin Vics 0. Glenrothes sitting in the mid-table in their league, and Brechin, they're down near the bottom of their league as well. So we expected victory for Glenrothes.
Expected victory. This is what we're going to look at from the East Super League to see who's going to challenge the West teams this season. So you're Glenrothes, you're obviously Lockheed, Broughty had the good result against Benburn, so I'll be interested to see how they're going to match up. But these are the kind of teams you'd be expecting to come through from the East to compete in the latter stages.
Well, Lockheed United, they were semi-finalists last year, weren't they? They won, we'll come on to that, but they won this round, so they'll be delighted with that as well. Jamie, we'll go to you. Glentanner 1, Carluke Rovers 3. That's a good result for Carluke Rovers away from him.
Yeah, I think Derek will be delighted with that to go up to Glentanner and come away with a victory. He'll be over the moon with that, so good result for them.
Peter, Greenock 2, Rossvale 5. Is that a good result for Rossvale, or was that expected?
Well, the positions in the league, you say, yes, it would be expected for Rossvale. I'd put that down in the banker as if I was betting that one last week.
Well, but, we're not allowed to bet, of course,
Sadly. I just get the wife to do it.
Quite right, Peter, quite right. Hull Russell 4, Kennaway Star Hearts, Jamie 3. Now, that was our feature game. I was supposed to go and cover that, but because of my health issues, I can't go up there and cover it. I spoke to their secretary up there, and he was saying it was like 1-0, 1 each, 2-1, 1 each, 2 each, and that kind of thing. And eventually, they got to go on the 91st minute to knock them out. So it seems to be good for the neutrals.
Yeah, it seems like as you say, a kind of ding dong cup tie. So probably good game to watch, but certainly not for the managers.
No. And I'm giving you this one, Peter. Hereford United 10, Dufftown 0. And the start of the would you call him, Dan Henderson's zone, you would expect something like that, wouldn't you?
They are an excellent team. Some really, really good quality players in there. So big, we'll come on to later on, but it's when they start playing the teams at the top of the Premier, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. But they're going to take a bit of stopping. Yeah,
I would think so as well. And we spoke about that one. Irvine Vics 1, Jamie. Kirkintilloch Rob Roy 0. Has that turned their season around, do you think, Kirkintilloch's?
No, I think as we touched on earlier, they're a good side. They've got a lot of good players, and as we say, to go and score that amount of goals will fill them full of confidence, and hopefully from Peter's point of view, not too much confidence.
Isavale Peter 3, Vale Leaving 0. That's a good win for the home side, because Vale Leaving have been playing pretty well.
They've been playing some decent stuff.
Aye.
Surprised that one.
Right, okay, then Kellow Rovers 2, Blair Gowrie 1, Jamie.
Yeah, again a decent result. I think if you were looking at it, I would have expected Kellow to win that one, but it's obviously been a tight game, and again the home team are just happy to be in the next round. You notice I've kept this one for you, Peter. Kilwinning 2, Beath 1. You were at that game. Was it 3-1? It was 3-1, sorry, I've got 2-1. 3-1, 3-1 for Kilwinning. Yeah, it was that game. It was a big match for our second round of the Scottish Cup. There was a lot at stake. The football wasn't great, but I've got to say, I thought Big Maitland in the middle of the park for Kilwinning was exceptional. I thought Big Pettigrew at the back for Kilwinning led his defence very well. The new boy Symes seems to have fitted in, so maybe they've turned a wee corner because they had a few odd results in the early part of the season. But Beath, again, you can never forget about them. I thought Christie came out a game late on. Fries is always a challenge from the middle of the park into the bargain. So aye. They've just signed their goalkeeper, the one that won the Scottish Cup, and back again, haven't they? That's right. What was his name? Is it Grindley? Stephen Grindley. Yeah, that's him. Aye, they signed him back again. Canoe 2, Jamie. Saltcoats 0. Expected? Unexpected? I think expected. I think obviously looking at Saltcoats results, I think they're struggling a wee bit. I think they're quite a young side for what I've heard, and to take a young side up to Canoe is always going to be a difficult task.
Kirkcaldy 0, Renfrew 3, Peter. That could have been a banana skin for Renfrew, but they came through with flying colours.
Really pleased for Colin and Martin, two guys that worked really hard in the game, and you know they get limited resource, etc. But they put a great team together. Yeah, they've struggled a wee bit, but they're always competitive. They were very competitive against us at Townhead early in the season, so delighted for both of the boys to get a result there.
Good. Jamie, Livingston 0, Kilsyth 2. A good result for Kilsyth as well.
Yeah, again, they were in our League Cup section, Kilsyth, and I was really impressed by them. And
but they had a wee wobble there.
Yeah, I think
a couple of games.
I think they went through a wee spell where they were tight in numbers, but as I say, when we played them that day, Big Salim up front, he's a big unit, and he causes real problems. And we've with Franny and the other winger, sorry, his name escapes me, but both wingers are really good as well. So they were a side that impressed me, so they'll be happy to get through. That could have been a banana skin, that one.
Yep, aye. Lochie United 6, Dalride 2.
Yeah, they would have been hot favourites for that.
Yep.
And saying that, Dalride got some very experienced players, but Lochie, obviously the position there in the Super League, you'd expected that result.
Yeah, Lochore, Jamie 2, Faulthouse 4. A good result for Faulthouse and JC.
Yeah, I took my foresight to Lochore last year. We actually played them at Kirlook to start with.
I interviewed you after the game.
Yeah, we managed to get a 2-each draw after getting a man sent off, and it was a game we probably should have won. But we went up there and done the job. But they're a well organised side, and they were difficult to break down. But John will be happy. That's a good result away from home.
Yep. Maybole 2, Aberdeen University 2. Is that a chance missed?
Carlo's going to be chuffed going all the way up the other morning. Alec Meek, the secretary, will be having a heart attack. Yeah, you've got to win. I mean, these games are the ones you're always tempted with 5 minutes to go. What do you do?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's a heck of a trek up to Aberdeen. Again, a very young team Carlo's got, but wish them all the best.
Yeah. Muirkirk 2, Yoker 2. Is that Muirkirk's chance gone? Maybe going down to Yoker tomorrow, Jamie?
Yeah, I would have said that. Looking at the games last week, I think Yoker would have been one of my teams that I would have fancied to go through quite comfortably, but as you say, you maybe only, from Muirkirk's point of view, they maybe only get one bite at it, and it might have been and gone.
Peter, Newmarket 1, Whitburn 3. Now, I think if you were on the show the last time, Whitburn were one of these teams that was up and doing like a yo-yo.
Correct.
When they got promoted this year into the Super League, everybody said that they were the Whitburn boys, but it's turned out not to be the case.
That's correct. So we're playing decent football. I mean, a club with a great history into the bargain as well.
Yep,
so
that's right.
Maybe one to be watched this season.
Newmains 0, Rosyth 1. Jamie, is that a good? It's not a good result for Newmains, but considering they had back-to-back victories, everything in, they're quite confident in that. So
yeah,
that might have been a sore one for them.
Yeah, I think we spoke about it off air there, that Newmains have picked up a wee bit.
That's the first time in 17 months with back-to-back victories.
Yeah, I'm delighted for Big Craig and the boys at Newmains. They work really hard, and I think they would have fancied their chances last week, and to lose it with the odd goal, they're probably kicking themselves.
Right, Peter, Chris Strange Senior, he'll be delighted with this one. Petershill 1, Darvel 2.
I think it was one of the results of the round, along with obviously Jamie's result. I thought that was the two that stuck out for me. Darvel have got, with the signs they've made, they've got some very good players on their side. Just maybe need to bed them in, but certainly with Chris and John involved in it, they know exactly what they'll be doing there. Petershill can look at it one or two ways. They're out early, so obviously they can concentrate in league form, but as we all know, there's something that really is attractive about in the Junior Cup, especially post-Christmas.
Of course it is, yeah. Pollock 9, Jamie, Buchanan Hearts 0. He expected a big result, but as big as that? They've got the strike power for that kind of result.
It's an unbelievably difficult place to go, Pollock, and I think when the draw was made, Buckhaven wouldn't have been too pleased that they were going there. Did you
have to go and play Pollock in a cup at their park?
Yeah, last year it was one of their fiascos that junior football brought to us last year, where we got one attempt at getting the game on, and we're told on a Monday night that the game would then be played at Pollock on the Wednesday night. That's something ridiculous, like a 6:30 kick-off.
That just kills you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Peter, Pumferson 3-4 for Albion 1. Pumferson sent the top of their division. Albion struggling a wee bit in there.
Pumferson undefeated in
Yep.
that league as well, so
Aye.
again probably an expected result. They seem to be going very well this season.
Yeah, Royal Albert. I'm really pleased for Jamie Nisbet, Jamie, because he's done a great job at the Albert. They've won 5-3 against Lugar. Now Lugar is a young team, but still doesn't matter. You've still got to beat what's in front of you. But that's a good result for them.
Yeah, definitely. As you say, Jamie's worked really hard at the game, and he's done a great job at the Albert. Last season was unbelievable. And they played Lugar 2 weeks ago in the league and beat them 6-0, and then the following week we beat them 8-1. So, but I think since then I don't know if they've changed manager, but they've certainly had a turnaround in players. And I spoke to one of the Albert players who told me that they're certainly a tougher opposition now.
All right, okay. We'll have a wee chat about that later on. Then I'll speak to their manager and find out for definite. Rutherglen Cairn 8, Devonshire 0. Glencairn gone really well in their division. Willie Harvey will be delighted with that result, Peter. And I think it's Willie's chance to win that league and get up into the next division.
He's tried a few years at
Hasn't
it.
he? Well, he really has.
We've put him out a couple of times regarding it. We lost Dale Espin over the close season to him. Dale's a fantastic football player for him. But when you're reading out the top goal scorers earlier, my money for this season would be in Gary Smith. I know I'm not allowed to bet, Bill, but that's what my win. Smith he's a cracking big striker and they're scoring for fun just now. So they're an excellent football team.
Aye, that's brilliant. Schoon 0 and Nielsen 1. Good result for the away side going up there. It's quite tight park as well.
Yeah, I think Nielsen are a good side. Any time I've watched them, they always impress me. And obviously I'm not sure who scored the goal, but with guys like Paul Stewart in the team, I think you're always going to score goals. And again, they'll be delighted to go up there and come back down still in the draw for the next round.
Will Hugh Kelly be disappointed with this result, Peter? Shettleston 0, Dundee North End 1.
I think he will be. Yeah, I mean, I was watching when I was doing the research in Cooper Angus, I saw Dundee North End as well, so I'd expect he will be disappointed by it. A Scottish team comes from there.
Right, then the Shots Bonaccord 3, Jamie Mod 2. I spoke to both managers after the game, and this is what John McEwen had to say.
I'm disappointed with the performance of the whole game. Bill, I thought we were poor today. We were miles off it. We've looked really good the last few weeks, but they were really poor and let them in the game at important times. Could have buried the game at 2-0, we don't. Could have buried the game at 2-1, we don't. Could have buried the game at 3-1, we don't. And we allowed them back into it. We've got the wind at the back second half, so it puts us at the gosh.
You should have said after 2-0 we're on easy street, we're going to go and do it. But for a young team, they battled.
Oh, they did, yeah. They stuck with it, and we gave away a cheap goal for a set piece. Johnny gets caught underneath it, so it's an error. But they've done well in the second half. They were passing the ball well, and then Craw, as you've seen, rather than just clearing the ball, tries to bring it in his box, which I've told him before not to do. So a wee mistake for his part. But the boys they know that they've been playing well, and hopefully it's just a blip, so a one-off, a wee wake-up call.
Well, you go 3-1 up, and then they get the penalty, and then you were under the cosh for a bit.
4 or 5 corners in a row, but then again we break away and falls and hits the post, and then Stevie and Danny go 2-on-1 with the goalie, and they managed to miss it. It was a strange game, Bill. It was me probably a better chance that they had more possession in the second half.
Yeah. So you were saying to yourself, when the chances missed, were you saying to yourself, no, I don't know at all?
I said that today. I said, they probably deserve something in the game for the way they did in the second half, but so you take them in football, and I thought Big Chris Smith, Adam Hunter and Danny Burns kept us in the game today. The three of them were excellent.
And Jordan Love got a run out today.
Yeah, Jordan's been coming back in. He's still struggling a wee bit with his injury, but he's scoring the goals and he's been playing pretty well, but the conditions today the boys are saying was really tough, but then it was tough for them too, and I just felt we were off it.
And I also spoke to Alan Hale, the manager from Mod, and this is what he had to say.
No, not at all. It's been a difficult couple of weeks for a young squad that we've got. And I had the best of results domestically. Came down here knowing we're against a good side, and I just asked the boys to go and play, go and show that we're a good side, and there are good teams up in our region. And I think our young squad did that today, knocked it about well, and I think we deserved at least a draw out of the game. So very proud of the performance against Shorts are a very good side.
2 quick goals. You were 2-0 down. Do you think feared the worst at that point?
Aye, to be honest, based on the last few weeks, last week went 2 goals down early, same again, and we're a bit bit of collapse for about 15-20 minutes, but no, I thought our players responded really well today. Maintained our belief, maintained our composure, got ourselves a quick goal to take it back to 2-1, and I think at that point that's when we started to grow ourselves into the game.
Your wee playmaker got injured and came off. I thought he was outstanding the time he was on.
No, I totally agree. He's just signed for us as well on loan from Fraserburgh in the Highland League, but technically very intelligent, dropping into little pockets and going and committing defenders, and I thought he had an excellent game, and it was disappointing to see him go off at a stage where we're starting to get a foothold of the game.
3-1 down in the second half, you're 3-1 down, you're saying to yourself, what are we going to do now? And then you get that penalty, and brought it back in, and then you were the better team.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, and we said at half time we don't need to go and force things too early, don't overcommit ourselves, and that's exactly what we did. Then we got caught in a counter-attack, and I thought it was a good goal from their point of view, a great finish for the boy. And then as you say, got a good early penalty, and I think we grew in the game, and very unlucky because we bombarded a goal, maybe not so much in terms of clear goal scoring opportunities, but had half chances where we maybe could have nicked a draw. But overall, proud of the performance and a great surface.
It looks as if you're going to be heading for the league then, punting for the league this time with the performance there. You can't fault the boys.
No, not at all. We're just looking for consistency, and that's
for a young team that's quite good.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. We want to try and play the right way. There's not a lot of teams doing in our league that do, unfortunately, so we find ourselves sometimes physically getting out-fought in games, but today we've got a bit of time to go and play on a good surface, and I think we show we're a good side, and that's all I was kind of caring about, is to come down and hopefully a lot of people can say Mod's a good team and we go away with a bit of respect.
I was at the game obviously because I interviewed two managers. In the first 45 minutes it was definitely all shots were the better team, and then they seem to take their foot off the pedal a wee bit, as teams do when they're maybe 2-0 up and cruising a wee bit, but that allowed them to come back in, and they were lucky to go through, because see the last 15 minutes guys, they were actually hanging on, and Big John wasn't happy with it. I was still outside the dressing room and there was some raised voices in there, so I imagine he was giving them a hard time. Right then, we'll go Peter will go with Spey Valley 0, Hart Hill Royal 7. Good result for Hart Hill.
That's a good result for them considering the league position just now, so that'll give them a lot of confidence, a wee victory like that.
Yep, St Anthony's 0, Evermeadow 3. Jamie, Evermeadow not going very well now. That's a good result considering,
Yeah, St Anthony's a difficult place to go, but again, I think Evermeadow would have fancied that going up there. It's not too far a travel, and as I say, they've got good players. They're not going well at the minute, but I think they've more than enough quality to go and win that one.
Stonyburn 2, Peter, Luncarty 4. You expect Luncarty to do that because they're in the top division, and Stonyburn are the league below.
The top of the division, and they're playing against a team in the bottom half of their league, so you'd expect that result.
Yeah. Sunnybank 0, Lismahago 3. A good result for Aberfan. Their team's playing well now. Yeah,
I think he recruited very well in the summer. I think guys like John McStay and that, they'll go and do well in that league, and I think that'll be their main focus. But to go way up there and come back down with 3-0, he'll be over the moon with it.
He's got the Wishy goalkeeper in there now too, Sandy Thompson, Jamie. He got us to the semi-final of the Scottish Cup. Good goalkeeper, so they'll no lose many goals with him in place. No,
Sandy's a cracking goalkeeper, and what impresses me with him is he's very good with the ball at his feet as well.
Yep.
As you mentioned, it's a cracking signing for them.
Yep. Peter, Tayport 3, Port Glasgow 1. Expected?
Well, top of the East Super League, so you're expecting them to beat Port Glasgow away, but it's 3-1. It seems a close game, that one.
Yep, it certainly does. Thornleywood 0, Dundee East Craigie 3. Jamie Cotter will be disappointed with that.
Yeah, I think
he's getting it tough there, isn't he?
Yeah, listen, it's a difficult job. I don't think he's got a lot of resources and stuff like that, but he's no one that will shy away from it. Cotter's a kind of hard working guy, and he's been in the game for a number of years for a reason, and he'll not shy away from the challenge. He knows that they're struggling a bit at the minute, and I've every faith that he'll get it right there.
Thornton Hibs 7, Stonywood 1. That's a good result for Thornton Hibs. Peter, easy street for them.
Easy street. I always get a twinge when I see Thornton Hibs because I think the Scottish Cup with Maybole last 16 getting beaten a replay by them many years ago. That was the year coming up, went on to the final. But they're good to side. Thornton Hibs, decent position in the league, so you expect that.
Yep. Troon 5, Lockheed Harp 1. John was over a moon. I spoke to John about it, and he says apart from the refereeing decisions, he says it was pretty poor all round for both teams. He says we've done really well. He says but all credit to Lockheed Harp, he says, because he kept coming at them, even though they were getting beat 5-1, they kept coming, Jamie.
Yeah, we played Troon pre-season, and again, it was, although it's pre-season, it's difficult to judge. You can see they've got one or two boys with real quality, and I think they're struggling a wee bit in the league at the moment. But again, they'll be hopeful with a good result in the Scottish Cup. They can kick that into the league campaign.
Yep. Whitlets 2, Lanark 2. I take it Lanark's missed the boat in this one. Then do you think?
That was the expectation. Whitlets have got a really good squad. I mean, you look at their strikers. You get Barber and Phil, you mentioned Adam Forsyth earlier on. These guys score goals for fun.
Yep.
I think with Whitlets is the size of the squad, and I think they brought in Morgan Brown.
That's right. They have
the squad this week as well. So. George has been successful with most of the clubs that he's been involved in, so yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Whitlets beat Lanark up there.
Well, Lanark have got a wee player called Watt, and he scores goals for fun as well, and he's a tricky wee player. He's nipping at your feet and nipping at your ankles, and that's why Colin Slater brought him. He brought him for Carluke because he had him at Carluke as a player.
But Big Raymond denies it. Kerr no like wee nippy players on their feet. They're both about 7 foot tall,
So we just never know. But yeah, I'm with you. I think Whitlets should do it down at their place. Yeah. We'll go with you, Jamie. Wishaw 2, West Calder 0. Wishaw were down to 10 men.
Yeah, this was one that when I looked at it again, we played West Calder pre-season, and I think the two guys who come in the management side, they recruited a lot of I think they had the under-19s the year before, and they took a number of their players. I was really impressed. We played them. They passed the ball really well. Maybe just a bit naive coming into the junior game, and I think looking at that result, I think maybe the experience of the Wishaw boys been there and done it. Yeah. I've got them over the line there. But that was one that I thought if West Calder would have won, it wouldn't have been a major surprise to me.
OK, then let's look at tomorrow's fixtures. Then we'll start with the Premier League, Premiership in the West. We'll go to you first, Peter. Auchinleck playing Glenafton at Beechwood Park. Fireworks, or do you think Auchinleck will come through that with no bother?
Well, it'll be interesting to see. Glenafton, Craig's bedding in these new boys. You get the young lad that used to be at Kilmarnock, centre mid player. Murphy, they've got on loan from Ayr United. He's superb, though, a very talented boy on the left-hand side. So you're always going to fancy the Talbot at home, but the Glens, I think, have certainly improved their squad, so might give them a good game tomorrow.
Yep. Beath versus Hereford. Hereford gone well, Jamie, but Beath will be smart after getting beaten Saturday. It could be a different opposition this time round for Hereford. Yeah,
as you mentioned, Hereford are absolutely flying at the minute, and Beath have obviously been stung last week in the Cup, so but I'm sure Dan will have his troops ready, and he'll know that Beath they'll be hurting for losing it in the Scottish Cup, so a cracking game. Yeah, I would think so. Cambuslang against Renfrew, Peter. Cambuslang on a roll. Renfrew got a wee victory there on Saturday, but mere confidence for the boys. What do you think?
It has come down to confidence. That's 80% of the game, and I think Cambuslang are very confident. You always think Gemmell's going to score in the game, he's always going to get that chance, but they've got other good players in that squad out with him. Yep. Renfrew, as I say, they'll work hard. It's just a question. I think that's the game. Who gets the first goal is very key. Yeah.
Clydebank against Petershill, Jamie.
Yeah, again, it's I think this one could go either way, but as Peter mentioned earlier, Clydebank are a really, really good side, and as are Petershill, so this is one that I think could go either way. Then we've got Irvine Meadow against Kilwinning Rangers. Peter, you would think Irvine Meadow, Kilwinning would take the points there because of the way they're playing at the minute.
Well, being an ex-Irvine Meadow player, I've got to watch what I say here, but I think it's the old football when it's a local derby like that, you just never know. So, certainly they've got players
sitting in the fence.
Well, you've got the likes of Spence and Latin, the Irvine Meadow team, etc., and Kilwinning are coming on. So, yeah, Kilwinning are expected to win it, but I've played in these games before, and they can always go the other way.
Well, we spoke about Kirkintilloch and Cumnock. What about Pollock and Kilbirnie, Jamie? You've seen Kilbirnie and you know what Pollock can do, so what's your thoughts? Sorry to put you in the spot, big man. Listen, as I mentioned earlier, when going to Pollock for me is one of the toughest places to go in junior football. Kilbirnie will obviously be smart for losing to us, but if I'm honest, and it's no slight in Kilbirnie, I just think Pollock will have too much for them. So they are, to be honest. Troon, Peter against Largs. Tough one.
Yeah, I'll be brave because John's not here. Largs Thistle will get 3. They'll get Struthers, they'll get Big Scott Adam.
Aye.
But Ben Black's been in great form for them coming in for the left-hand side. And you add to the Mark Miller signing, he's a phenomenal football player as well. So they certainly, Largs have the edge. They do score goals for fun. So it'll be interesting to see if Troon can keep them out.
But Troon's got a young squad though, they know really.
Very young squad. And you still get Dean holding them at the back. They've lost the boys' signs away just now.
Aye.
So you get Chappie in the middle of the park as well. Or we've got Nadia up front holding up. But there's a sprinkling. But certainly Largs are a very, very confident team, especially scoring all the goals they did last week again.
Yeah. In the Championship then, Jamie, Dalry Thistle versus Rutherglen Glencairn.
Yeah, I think we spoke about Glencairn earlier. I think they'll really fancy their chances of getting up this year, and to do that you need to go to places like Dalry and win, and I'm sure that will be the message coming from them.
Peter Girvan against Craigmark.
That's where all the neutrals should go tomorrow. That is going to be some game. Local derby. You've got obviously Ian, who was previous manager of Craigmark, to add some spice to it.
Aye.
Craigmark are probably the favourites for that one, but it's a hard place to go and win.
Irvin Vicks versus Cumbernauld. You would expect Cumbernauld to win that one, considering the Vicks got a doing there at the weekend. Yeah,
difficult one to come back for, but I think Cumbernauld, we played them in the League Cup section, and they've got a fantastic squad, and he's assembled a really, really good squad, and he's recently added Brian Prunty, who comes with a guarantee of goals.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we were in the later stages of negotiations with Brian, and unfortunately lost out because Cumbernauld became aware, which was a bit of a bump.
So you hate Andy for that one, do you?
No, just don't speak to him.
Kellow against Arthurlie. That could be a tough one for Arthurlie, especially away.
Kellow are a very stuffy side. The boy they've got up front's quite decent, but they'll sit in. Arthurlie need to break them down. Again, the first goal is going to be key in that game.
Kilsyth against Neilson, Duncansfield, the big park. Does that suit Neilson, considering their park's a bit tighter?
Yeah, I think both parks are obviously like bowling greens, but as you say, Kilsyth is that bit bigger, and I think, as I mentioned earlier, with the two wider players that especially if they're available for Kilsyth, and young Salim have got real legs and go in behind, so I'm sure they'll try and make the big pitch to their advantage.
And Larkhall against Darvel. You would expect Darvel to win that one, considering where Larkhall's at and the amount of goals that they're shipping.
I think Darvel will go on a run. I think they've played against Rutherglen in the top teams in that league, and I think they've all gone a run. They've got too many good players not to, and they've got a couple of decent, really good managers, experienced managers as well.
Well, due to the cup replays, Rossvale and the Whitletts are postponed, so we'll go to St Roch's against Benburg. Jamie, that must be a cracker game. If you're in it, we'll go and see that one, I would have thought. Yeah, I think this will be a cracker. I think we mentioned earlier about Benburg will be really disappointed with the score last week, and St Roch's coming off the back of a cracking result. So yeah, as you say, if there was a game to be at, that would probably be my choice. Let's look at League One now then. Ardrossan Winton Rovers versus Gartcairn. Jamie, we spoke about that one. Peter, do you think they'll do it?
Well, the form team just now. You've got to say they are the form. But again, I've got a few former players at Ardrossan. I know Stevie Wilson well and all, and they'll be very resilient. But again, the good thing is it's going to be a really good game of football. Yeah.
East Kilbride, Jamie, against Shettleston. Hugh Kelly will have his team up for that one, especially getting beat. But East Kilbride, again, they won 1-0, so they'll be confident then as well. Yeah, I think they've been up and down a wee bit, East Kilbride, and Shettleston, I think, speaking to Hugh and the guys there, that they're still trying to find the answers to one or two questions in terms of bringing a wee bit more quality in. But I think it'll be a tight one, but I think Shettleston might have a wee bit more than East Kilbride. Aye, Greenock and Blantyre is postponed due to the Scottish Cup, so we've got Lugar Boswell playing Maryhill. Yeah. Peter, do you think that's a Maryhill victory there?
I think Lugar might do it.
Oh, do you?
Tom Robertson's went in there. He's been involved in Ayr United in recent years, so we've got a few loan outs into the bargain as well, and he's been phoning everyone to get bodies in, and he'll get them organised. Good result they had last week with the 5-0 win. So
yep.
See.
May Bowls against Glasgow Percers is postponed as well, Jamie. So we'll go with Port Glasgow and Bellsill. Both teams much of a muchness. Well, I've not played either yet, but certainly one thing I know is Port Glasgow's a very difficult place to go to. Any time you go down there, you know you're in a game. But
as we touched on earlier, Robert's flying high at the minute.
Yep.
His Bells Hill team will fancy their chances going down on a good pitch.
Royal Albert against Glasgow Perthshire then, Peter. We know Royal Albert's playing really well, but Perthshire are one of the usual, and this is a gang mentality that Petersfield's got, and there's nothing wrong with that. They just seem to work hard for each other in that gang mentality, whereas Royal Albert try to play football.
Which means it'll be a draw.
So I talked you into a draw, did I?
Talked me into a draw.
OK then, Shotts against Wishaw, Jamie.
I think for me, Shotts, we've played Shotts, Samuel played Wishaw, and they impressed me, although we beat them 3-0 on the day. I think it really flattered us.
Well, there goes the final whistle in this show. My thanks to the guys for coming in tonight, gentlemen. Thanks very much for doing that. All the best tomorrow and the rest of the season. And to our listeners for taking the time to listen to us, thanks very much for that. Good night and stay tuned.
Love music, live sport with Bill Kilgour on Rock Sport Radio.